fire, sometimes with flint and steel, sometimes with a burning glass. At this fire is lit the great Paschal or Easter candle, which is then used to rekindle all the extinguished lights in the church. In many parts of Germany a bonfire is also kindled by means of the new fire on some open space near the church. It is consecrated, and the people bring sticks of oak, walnut, and beech, which they char in the fire and then take home with them. Some of these charred sticks are thereupon burned at home in a newly kindled fire, with a prayer that God will preserve the homestead from fire, lightning, and hail. Thus every house receives new fire. Some of the sticks are kept throughout the year and laid on the hearth fire during heavy thunderstorms to prevent the house from being struck by lightning, or they are inserted in the roof with the like intention. Others are placed in the fields, gardens, and meadows, with a prayer that God will keep them from blight and hail. Such fields and gardens are thought to thrive more than others. The corn and the plants that grow in them are not beaten down by hail, nor devoured by mice, vermin, and beetles. No witch harms them, and the ears of corn stand close and full. The charred sticks are also applied to the plough. The ashes of the Easter bonfire, together with the ashes of the consecrated palm branches, are mixed with the seed at sowing. A wooden figure called Judas is sometimes burned in the consecrated bonfire, and even where this custom has been abolished, the bonfire itself in some places goes by the name of the burning of Judas. The essentially pagan character of the Easter fire festival appears plainly both from the mode in which it is celebrated by the peasants and from the superstitious beliefs which they associate with it. All over northern and central Germany, from Altmark and Anhalt on the east, through Brunswick, Hanover, Oldenburg, the Harz district, and Hesse to Westphalia, the Easter bonfires still blaze simultaneously on the hilltops. As many as 40 may sometimes be counted within sight at once. Long before Easter, the young people have been busy collecting firewood. Every farmer contributes, and tar barrels, petroleum cases, and so forth go to swell the pile. Neighboring villages vie with each other as to which shall send up the brightest blaze. The fires are always kindled, year after year, on the same hill, which accordingly often takes the name of Easter Mountain. It is a fine spectacle to watch from some eminence the bonfires flaring up one after another on the neighboring heights. As far as their light reaches, so far, in the belief of the peasants, the fields will be fruitful, and the houses on which they shine will be safe from conflagration or sickness. At Volkmarsen and other places in Hesse, the people used to observe which way the wind blew the flames, and then they sowed flaxseed in that direction, confident that it would grow well. Brands taken from the bonfires preserve houses from being struck by lightning, and the ashes increase the fertility of the fields, protect them from mice, and mixed with the drinking water of cattle, make the animals thrive and ensure them against plague. As the flames die down, young and old leap over them, and cattle are sometimes driven through the smouldering embers. In some places, tar barrels or wheels wrapped in straw used to be set on fire, and then sent rolling down the hillside. In others, the boys light torches and wisps of straw at the bonfires, and rush about, brandishing them in their hands. In Münsterland, these Easter fires are always kindled upon certain definite hills, which are thence known as Easter or Paschal Mountains. The whole community assembles about the fire. The young men and maidens, singing Easter hymns, march round and round the fire till the blaze dies down. Then the girls jump over the fire in a line, one after the other, each supported by 2 young men who hold her hands and run beside her. In the twilight, boys with blazing bundles of straw run over the fields to make them fruitful. At Delmenhorst, in Oldenburg, it used to be the custom to cut down 2 trees, plant them in the ground side by side, and pile 12 tar barrels against each. Brushwood was then heaped about the trees, and on the evening of Easter Saturday the boys, after rushing about with blazing bean poles in their hands, set fire to the whole. At the end of the ceremony the urchins tried to blacken each other and the clothes of grown-up people. In the Altmark it is believed that as far as the blaze of the Easter bonfire is visible, the corn will grow well throughout the year, and no conflagration will break out. At Brownrode, in the Harz Mountains, it was the custom to burn squirrels in the Easter bonfire. In the Altmark, bones were burned in it. Near Forchheim, in Upper Franken, a straw man called the Judas used to be burned in the churchyards on Easter Saturday. The whole village contributed wood to the pyre on which he perished, and the charred sticks were afterwards kept and planted in the fields on Walpurgis Day, or the 1st of May, to preserve the wheat from blight and mildew. About 100 years ago or more, the custom at Altheneberg in Upper Bavaria used to be as follows. On the afternoon of Easter Saturday, the lads collected wood, which they piled in a cornfield, while in the middle of the pile they set up a tall wooden cross all swathed in straw. After the evening service, they lighted their lanterns at the consecrated candle in the church and ran with them at full speed to the pyre, each striving to get there first. The first to arrive set fire to the heap. No woman or girl might come near the bonfire, but they were allowed to watch it from a distance. As the flames rose, the men and lads rejoiced and made merry, shouting, "We are burning the Judas!" The man who had been the first to reach the pyre and to kindle it was rewarded on Easter Sunday by the women, who gave him coloured eggs at the church door. The object of the whole ceremony was to keep off the hail. At other villages of Upper Bavaria, the ceremony, which took place between 9 and 10 at night on Easter Saturday, was called burning the Easter man. On a height about a mile from the village, the young people set up a tall cross enveloped in straw, so that it looked like a man with his arms stretched out. This was the Easter man. No lad under 18 years of age might take part in the ceremony. One of the young men stationed himself beside the Easter man, holding in his hand a consecrated taper, which he had brought from the church and lighted. The rest stood at equal intervals in a great circle round the cross. At a given signal they raced thrice round the circle, and then at a second signal ran straight at the cross, and at the lad with the lighted taper beside it. The one who reached the goal first had the right of setting fire to the Easter man. Great was the jubilation while he was burning. When he had been consumed in the flames, 3 lads were chosen from among the rest, and each of the 3 drew a circle on the ground with a stick thrice round the ashes. Then they all left the spot. On Easter Monday the villagers gathered the ashes and strewed them on their fields. Also they planted in the fields palm branches which had been consecrated on Palm Sunday, and sticks which had been charred and hallowed on Good Friday, all for the purpose of protecting their fields against showers of hail. In some parts of Swabia, the Easter fires might not be kindled with iron or steel or flint, but only by the friction of wood. The custom of the Easter fires appears to have prevailed all over central and western Germany, from north to south. We find it also in Holland, where the fires were kindled on the highest eminences, and the people danced round them and leapt through the flames or over the glowing embers. Here, too, as often in Germany, the materials for the bonfire were collected by the young folk from door to door. In many parts of Sweden, firearms are discharged in all directions on Easter Eve, and huge bonfires are lighted on hills and eminences. Some people think that the intention is to keep off the troll and other evil spirits who are especially active at this season. Section 4. The Beltane Fires. In the central highlands of Scotland, bonfires, known as the Beltane fires, were formerly kindled with great ceremony on the 1st of May, and the traces of human sacrifice at them were particularly clear and unequivocal. The custom of lighting the bonfires lasted in various places